Good morning. Welcome you all to this session. In last two classes, we have discussed the analysis of first law of thermodynamics to closed and open systems. So, in this class, we will solve some problems to clear our concept about this analysis of first law to closed and open systems. Through some practical problems, we will see how these analyses are being utilized. Well, so let us start with the problems. First problem, example 1. So, first problem, example 1, a gas of mass 1.5 kg. Now, this is a problem relating to the application of first law in a closed system, and we start with a very simple problem, straightforward applications. A gas of mass 1.5 kg undergoes a quasi-static expansion. You may or may not write the entire problem, you can write only the pertinent points. For example, a gas, the mass of which is 1.5 kg, undergoes a quasi-static expansion, already you know, that is PdV work, which follows a relationship P is equal to A plus BV, that is the relationship P and V. P is equal to A plus B into V, where A and B are constants. So, this is the process law of the process, displacement work, where the pressure and volume changes. Well, the initial and final pressures are 1000 kilopascals and 200 kilopascals respectively. So, this is the initial pressure 1000 kilopascals and this is the final pressure 200. That means, it is an expansion process where the pressure decreases, and the corresponding volumes are 0.2 meter cube, that is the initial volume, and 1.2 meter cube, that is the final volume. Well, the specific internal energy of the gas is given by, now I told you earlier that regarding this internal energy, how does it relate with the pressure volume, this we will see afterwards, but at the present moment we will assume some relationship which will be given, is given as U is equal to 1.5 PV, where V is the specific volume, P is the pressure, minus 85. This U is expressed in kilojoule per kg, provided we substitute P in this equation in kilopascals, very important. These things are very important utilizing this equation. So, if you do a mistake, so you will lose marks in examination. Concept remains the same, but to get the correct answer, you have to be very careful, and V in meter cube per kg. That means, if you express P and V in these units, then U will be given by kilojoule per kg according to this relationship. That means, these constants, the numerical values are adjusted like that. Calculate the net heat transfer and the maximum internal energy of the gas during expansion. The problem is clear to you. So, calculate the net heat transfer and the maximum internal energy of the gas during the expansion. So, now how to solve the problem? First of all, we will have to find out the net heat transfer. So, this is a problem of a closed system. So, therefore, if I write, so for a closed system, we will always write the first law in this fashion, as we know already. What to write? Q12, let 1 and 2 are the initial and final state points, is equal to, what is this? U2 minus U1, well, U2 minus U1 plus integral of P dV, that is the work 1 to 2, this is the work transfer W1. That means, W12 is the integral of P dV. It is a very simple problem, straightforward applications. Now, we know this P as a function of V is a linear function of V, A plus BV. So, we can straightforward integrate it, but to get a numerical value, we have to know the numerical values of these constants A and B, and it is very simple. It is found from these two conditions. That means, it is written when P1 is 1000 kilopascals, what is V1? Tell me, V1 is 0.2 meter cube. This is one say. Another is P2 is how much? 200 kilopascals. What is V2? 1.2 meter cube per kg. Now, if you replace this, substitute this P, now I do like this, not meter cube per kg, only meter cube, very good. P is equal to A plus, this is the relation. That means we will write this 1000 in kilopascals I am writing. Accordingly, the unit will come A plus, because I am not converting it into pascals by multiplying with 10 to the power 3 unnecessarily, the number will be very high. So, V in meter cube, B into 0.2. And then what we write? 200 is equal to A plus 1.2B. If you solve these two equations, you will get A is equal to, you have done this problem? Just now you are doing, very good. 1160, what will be the unit? Very good. A has to be kilopascals because it is pressure. And what is the unit of B? What is the value of B? Very good, kilopascals per meter cube. Very simple problem, that is why you are so prompt. So, therefore, I get AB. Now, what is W12? Tell me. W12 will be slowly A. All these students may not catch so fast, it is for the wide spectrum of the students. So, we will go slow, V2 minus V1 plus B by 2 V dV, V2 square. Well, so now we have got the values V2 1.2 meter cube, V1 0.2 meter cube, A kilopascals and B is kilopascals per meter cube. So, if you substitute this value, you get the value of W as 600 kilojoule. If you just substitute the value A in kilopascals and V2 minus V1 and meter cube, so kilopascals into meter cube will be kilojoule. Here also, if you substitute kilopascals per meter cube, and this is V2 square. So, therefore, you get the value 600 kilojoule. All right. Now, what is Q12? U2 minus U1 plus. Now, here W is coming to be plus. So, the sign automatically comes. When you integrate this, we put the limit final minus initial. So, final is the upper limit, initial is the lower limit. So, depending upon the final and initial values of V, the sign of this quantity is determined. So, it is determined as a positive quantity, which physically signifies that work is coming out of this system. All right. Now, how to find out U2 minus U1 from the property relation? It's school level problem, in fact. So, property relations, what is this? Property relations is this, U. So, this is kilojoule per kg. That means, if I want to find out capital U, that means we will have to multiply it with the mass. That means, V will be then volume. Here V is also meter cube per kg. That means, I will write the equation rather in this fashion, minus into mass of the gas. So, this is the relationship between the pressure, volume and the total internal energy of this system. So, what is this? Again I write 1.5 PV minus 85 into, but this part is constant, it is not required in finding out the change. So, change will be given by 1.5 P2 V2 minus 660 answer, very good. So, it will be 60, very good, kilojoule. So, therefore, Q12 very good is 600 plus 60, that means this is what? W12 and U2 minus U1 is equal to 660 kilojoule. What is the next part? The maximum internal energy. How do you do this part? Calculate the maximum internal energy of the gas during expansion. How do you do it? Tell me, how do you do it? That means first you write U. What is U? U is equal to 1.5 PV, well, minus 85 into 1.5. So, you express this in one variable, that means P is A plus BV into V minus this thing, it does not matter whatever it is, until and unless we are interested in finding out the, it will be required when we find out the maximum internal energy. So, you make du dV. What is du dV? 1.5 into A plus 2BV, V square, and set this is equal to 0 for maximum or, but this curve has only a maximum with the values of A and B. How? D square U dV square, please, any question? DV square is negative. Why? What is D square U dV square? That is equal to 1.5 into 2B, and B is negative in this problem, minus 800 kilopascals per meter cube. So, therefore, this shows with these values of AB, this curve, that means the relationship between U and V shows only a maximum. So, this is the condition for maximum, not a minimum. So, that maximum condition is given, so that V is equal to minus A by 2B. So, therefore, maximum internal energy will be found out, U max is equal to 1.5 A plus B, school level thing, please, again V minus A by 2B minus 85 into 1. Put the values. So, this you can simplify into A by 2 minus A by 2B. So, this minus will get cancelled with the minus in the V. Ultimately, I do not know the sign of this, but it will come positive. What is the value? The value will come, what is the value? 500, 503, yes, 3.2. This is the change in the internal energy, U2 minus, sorry, maximum internal energy, I am sorry, maximum internal energy. It is the maximum internal energy during the expansion. Any query? Very straightforward problem applied to a closed system. Straightforward application of the law that Q is equal to U2 minus U1 or delta U plus W, which is PdV work. In case PdV work, it is the integration of PdV. Now, second problem. Well, problem number 2, example 2, example 1 is finished, example 2. So, example 2, what is this example 2? A piston cylinder arrangement as shown in figure, this is the figure, contains air at 250 kilopascals, that means the initial pressure of the air, and 300 degrees Celsius. This is the piston. The 50 kg piston, that means piston has a weight of 50 kg, the weight of the piston, has a diameter of 0.1 meter, this is the weight and this is the diameter, and initially pushes against the stops. That means physically what is this? That there is a pressure what is that? 250 kilopascals, that means 250 kilopascal. So, this pressure exerts a force, well, which balances the weight plus the atmospheric pressure and the reaction against these stops. So, that piston is kept fixed with this stop. The atmospheric pressure is 100 kilopascals and the temperature is 20 degrees Celsius, that means this temperature 20 degrees Celsius initial temperature. Oh, it is the atmospheric temperature. I am sorry, it is atmospheric temperature. Very good. The atmospheric temperature, sorry, is 20 degrees Celsius. Very good. Now, the cylinder cools as heat is transferred. Now, heat is being transferred from the cylinder Q to the ambient. At what temperature does the piston begin to move down? That is part 1. How far has the piston dropped when the temperature reaches ambient? That means 20 degrees Celsius, ambient temperature. Now, you see what is the problem? Try to understand the problem physically. Now, the piston is fixed to this. Now, when we cool it, what will happening? This will be a cooling at a constant volume. So, pressure will be reduced. When you take the heat from this at a constant volume, the pressure will be reduced. So, when the pressure will be reduced, both pressure and temperature will be reduced, but the volume will remain same because piston is fixed to this. When pressure will reach a value, the piston will try to descend the downward direction. So, from the mechanics point of view, what will happen at the point when piston is just trying to descend down? No, no. Pressure plus atmospheric pressure plus the weight will be equal to the atmosphere is the pressure inside the gas. Very good. But now what it is? It is not like that now at this condition. Why? Very good. Normal force is added, that means the reaction will be 0. Reaction will be 0. That is the thing. Reaction will be 0. That means the forces on both the sides except these reaction forces, that means pressure and the weight and the pressure forces will be equal to each other. Very good. These normal forces here will be 0. Clear? And then if you reduce the pressure any more, it will automatically descend down. So, therefore, we have to find that condition. So, therefore, we have to find that pressure, and if we know the pressure, we can find out the temperature. So, this is the problem. So, this part is more of mechanics than of thermodynamics. Well, so what is this pressure? Calculate. So, what is this atmospheric pressure? Now, let me write in terms of atmospheric pressure P and all these things. Let the weight of the piston is W. So, can I not write this P0 and let A is the area of the piston plus W, what you have told is the pressure P, when the piston will be in a position to descend down times the area A. So, therefore, P is equal to P0, that means the atmospheric pressure plus pressure due to the weight of the piston. So, the pressure of the air at which the piston will just try to descend down will be P0 plus W by A. Now, substitute the values. What is P0? 100 kilopascals. What is the value? 100 kilopascals. So, this part also has to be expressed in kilopascals. 50 kg is its weight, that means it is mass. So, it has to be 9.81 Newton divided by area. What is area? Pi. What is the diameter? Point 0.1 meter. So, into 4. This is in Newton. So, by 1000. Very good. W m into g, that is the weight expressed in Newton. Well, pi d square by 4 is the area, kilopascals, that means kilonewton per meter square. So, this becomes equal to what? 162 162.45, okay, 4. You can go up to second place of decimal. So, this is the pressure. When the pressure will be reduced from 250 kilopascals to 162.45 kilopascals, the piston will try to descend. But the answer, the question is at what temperature does the piston begin to move down? Now, question is that I know the pressure, but how can I know the temperature? Very good, constant volume P1 by, good. So, therefore, let T2 be the temperature, T be the temperature, then P by T, that means 162.45, rather I write this way, T by P 162.45 is equal to what? What is the initial temperature given? 300. Actually, it is 273.15, but for our purpose, practical purpose, we will take it as 273 divided by what is P? P is 250 in kilopascals. This gives T is equal to what? 99. Very good. That means if you change it in, well, this is 372. You should write first this one, 33 K. So, which gives T is equal to 99.33. Now, where from you got P1 by T1 is P2 by T2? Volume, but you are not supposed to know now, first law. So, that I tell that sometimes it will be given, if it is not given, then for air, I recapitulate the earlier things, you always know that if P is the pressure, V is the volume, M is the mass and T is the temperature of a certain mass of gas M, then for any ideal gas, this is the relationship M R T. Just I recapitulate. For any ideal gas, pressure, volume and temperature and mass is related by this equation, where R is a constant for that particular gas and is known as characteristic gas constant. We will see afterwards if this mass is changed to another unit, moles, which is nothing but the mass scaled with the molecular weight, then this constant is same for all ideal gases. But if you do not scale the mass by the molecular weight, rather mass simply as the amount in terms of kg, then it is the constant which is varying from gas to gas and is known as characteristic gas constant. For many other problems, you have to use this equation. So, you have to remember one thing, the value of R. This may not be given even for the examinations also, because you are supposed to know certain values. So, R is one of such. For air, this value, is, what is this value? 287 joule. Now, the unit is joule, this side is joule per kg in SI unit K. Okay, all right. This you will always remember that PV is equal to 287 MRT, where P is in basic unit Newton per meter square, V is in meter cube, M in kg and T in Kelvin. All right. Hello you, do you have any problem? All right. Okay. Now, next part, what is the next part? How far has the piston dropped when the temperature reaches ambient? How do you find out? Huh? So, how to P2, V2, correct, but temperature is changing. Why temperature will be constant? Temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. Huh? V by T is constant. One solution is that V by T is constant, so you can find out the V. So if you, okay, pressure remains constant, that is one. Another person is telling that T will remain constant. T is not constant because it is given there. Pressure remaining constant is the answer for it. That means we will have to find the V by making the pressure constant, so that you can use the same equation PV where I have done that same equation, that if pressure remains constant, V by T is constant. That means you can find out the volume. Why the pressure will remain constant? Can you tell me, those who have told that pressure will remain constant? That will come from the physical concept. Atmospheric, but inside pressure of the gas, why it will be constant? Because always we will consider the piston descends in an equilibrium condition, where we will neglect the inertia of the piston. In a sense, that is, acceleration will be neglected. It is slowly moving. If it moves with an uniform velocity, there is a equilibrium of forces. But in this case of thermodynamics, all such problems of this sort, we will always consider when the piston descends down or goes up, it is always in equilibrium. That means the total force acting on both the sides of the pistons are equal. That means we neglect the acceleration of the piston. So, if we make so, then atmospheric pressure is constant, then the weight of the piston is constant, that means gas pressure has to be same. That means it is a displacement work at constant pressure. But we do not have to use the PdV formula, only thing is that we have to use that now V by T. So, we have to find out the volume. So, let this volume is Vf, Vf by the initial volume Vi, for example, is Tf by Ti. You can find out. So, you find out V and what you will get? But you have to find out what? What is the value of V? Just a moment. We know Vi. Vi is not known. Initial Vi is not known. Just a minute. So, initial Vi is known. So, therefore, we can find out the Vf and can find out the, so the value of Vf, I am telling that value of Vf is 1.544 meter cube, which gives H as 0. How do you get it? That well, so the drop in height, so therefore, very good, drop in height will be 5.34 centimeter. Well, okay. So, this temperature is which temperature? The temperature at which it starts falling. Okay. So, we know this temperature, we know the final temperature, it is told in the problem that it will reach ambient temperature. So, we can very well use this, pressure remaining constant. All right. So, this is another type of problem. There are few more complicated problems which I will be solving in tutorial classes. I do not know how much I can do for these sections, these audiovisual classes. Now, I come to another interesting problem. This is a very standard problem for a open system or control volume. First law for an open system on control volume. This is known as charging of a bottle. Charging of a bottle, problem of charging of a bottle, how it is done. First of all, you see that problem. Before going through this problem, better I should discuss that. Let us consider a bottle here. This is a typical problem of charging a bottle, which is being charged. Let us consider there is a valve which is being connected to a pipeline which contains air. This is a practical problem. There is a main pipeline through which air flows at a constant pressure Pa. This is the pressure and temperature of the air which is flowing. There is a valve and there is a bottle which contains initially a mass Mi and its pressure is Pi, its temperature is Ti, all right. And if Pi is less than P, then what will happen? If I open this valve, then Pa, sorry, if I open this valve, then air will gradually flow in this bottle. And let us consider the entire thing is adiabatic. That means insulated. That means no heat transfer. Insulated. In thermodynamic sense, the heat transfer is 0 in neither direction. Now, what will happen practically? The air will continue to flow or to charge the bottle. So, when the mass of air will increase in this bottle of fixed volume, what will happen? The pressure and temperature both will increase, and this process will automatically stop, naturally stop. This is not a continuous process. So, it will be automatically stopped when the pressure inside the bottle will reach the value of Pa. That means the condition of no flow will take place in that case, pressure equalization. That means this process will naturally stop. So, parameter of interest to be known is the temperature. So, at that condition, what will be the temperature in the bottle if we do not allow any heat to come out or go in, because pressure will be equal to Pa. That means what will be the final temperature of the bottle when the process naturally stops. How to solve this problem? This is a problem for or of application of first law to a control volume at unsteady state. How you do the problem? You take this as a control volume, the bottle. Control volume. All right. Okay. This bottle as a control volume. Now, there is a inflow to the control volume, but outflow is 0, and you write for a finite time, not in the rate form. The equation which I developed in the rate form, if you integrate that, you will get in the finite form. Okay. So, what is this? The work transfer is also 0 here, there is no work interaction. Let us consider at the end of this process, the mass in the bottle is mf, pressure is automatically Pa, and what is this? This is to be found out. Now, what is the energy influx to this control volume during the entire process? Is the mass of the air which has come, let this is Ma, times the specific enthalpy of the air associated with this pressure and temperature. And this mass of the air is, I am not writing everything like that, that is the influx of energy to the control volume, I am just telling it, this is the influx of energy to the control volume, and this will be equal to Ma minus Mi, obviously simple mass balance H. So, it is a very simple problem, Mf minus Mi into Ha will be equal to what? Is the change in the internal energy of the control volume, common sense. That means Mf simply like this. Now, you can ask me, sir, you are telling the most practical problem is that you are interested, engineers are interested to know what is the temperature, sir, but this equation where it is temperature. From the property relations, we will know how H relates with the temperature for air and how U relates with the temperature for air. So, if we can know that, from this equation we can find out what is UF, knowing Mi, Ui, Ha. Okay. So, we can find out UF, and from UF we can find out the temperature. In this connection, I like to tell you that for air, if it is not otherwise given, you will always assume H is equal to Cp into T and U is equal to Cv into T for air, where the values of Cp is 1.005 kilojoule per kg. If it is not otherwise given, if the property relationship are given, you do not use that, you use the property relationship 0.718, these are the values of Cp. This comes from the fact that for air or not for air, for any ideal gas, internal energy is a function of temperature, enthalpy is a function of temperature. That means they are functions of temperatures only, not of any other property. That means one can write, if you follow the definition, that du dt, because u is a function of temperature, there is no question of writing del u del t, is equal to Cv. So, if you integrate it, you get delta u is Cv delta t plus constant. And if you make a datum such that, if you make, I am sorry, delta u is delta t, but if you just integrate to give u is Cvt plus constant. So, if you make the assumption that at t is equal to 0, internal energy is 0, that C is 0, Cv into t. In the similar way, we can write using this equation dH dt for ideal gas is Cp. I am not writing del H del T at constant pressure, because T is not a function of, H is not a function of pressure, it is only temperature. So, therefore, I can write dH dt and it will become Cp. This will be taught afterwards for an ideal gas. So, that if we integrate it, we get del H is Cp delta T, or H is simply Cp into T. At T is equal to 0, we consider the H is also equal to 0. So, that Cp is H is Cpt, U is Cvt. So, if these property relationships are known, I can utilize this formula to find out the temperature. Alright. In case of an evacuated bottle, if the bottle contains 0 mass at 0 pressure, so this will be 0. So, the application of this equation is there in this problem 3. Well, now you read this problem. An evacuated bottle, it appears to be very simple. An evacuated bottle is fitted with a valve through which air from the atmosphere, that means the condition of the flowing air at 1 bar. What is bar? Bar is 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square, and 25 degrees Celsius. This is precisely the atmospheric pressure and temperature. Atmospheric pressure is little more, 1.01 bar. However, is allowed to flow slowly to fill the bottle. Now, here question comes, sir, why you have neglected the kinetic energy associated with this? Because slowly. Here also I have used that slowly filling up, that means the velocity is neglected. Velocity is so small that the kinetic energy part is much small compared to this enthalpy part. So, that I am only using the enthalpy part as the total energy. Kinetic energy is neglected. What is that? Is allowed to flow slowly to fill the bottle. If no heat is transferred to or from the air in the bottle, that means bottle is totally insulated. What will its temperature be when the pressure in the bottle reaches 1 bar? That means the pressure will be same as that one. That means the process will automatically stop. If the bottle initially contains, first one is what? First one is this one, when evacuated. This is important, evacuated. And initially contains this volume of air at this temperature, and the pressure reaches the atmospheric pressure. Here you see the property relationship is like this. This is the value of Cv, what we have told, T plus 273. So, when this relationship is given, one student may not know what is ideal gas, what is Cp, what is Cv in ideal gas, what is the value of Cv, how does it relate. He will use this simply as a mathematical formula, that U is 0.71 T into T plus 270. And he will use simply this as a mathematical formula as far as the property relationship is concerned, that P into V, specific volume. This is small u, 0.2, because it is given, where U is in kilojoule per kg, it is given. That means, if you, this type of equations where these numerical constants are there are always specified like that. If you substitute this variable, that is independent variable, in this unit, you get the dependent variable in this unit. So, this type of equations are always specified, otherwise there is no meaning to these equations. So, PV is this, where P is in kilopascals and V is in meter cube per kg and T is in degrees Celsius. If you add these two, you get the H. H is U plus PV. H will be 1.005 into T plus 273. All right? Please write it. So, how to solve this problem? Just to apply this equation. What is the equation? That T is equal to 144 degree. You have written it? This equation now we will be solving. That means I write this equation that MF minus MI into HA is equal to MF UF minus MI UI. What is MI? So, a very interesting result will come out. Now, HA is equal to UF. So, what is HA? HA is 1.005 as far as the property relationships are given. I do not know what is CP, CB. So, this time into TA is equal to CV into, sorry, I am sorry, 0.718 into T. Here T what? The air temperature 25 degree, that means 298 K. With this I get TF is 144. Now, it is a very interesting thing that we know this for air, for any ideal gas, H is Cp, that means this is Cp and this is Cv. That means the final temperature, if the bottle is evacuated, will be the ratio of specific heats times the temperature of the air. Ratio of specific heats, which is greater than 1. That means the temperature will be multiplied, the air temperature will be multiplied by the ratio of the specific heats. For air we know this is 1.41. So, if the ambient temperature is 25 degrees Celsius, that means the inside temperature will be 1.41 into 298. So, it is the ratio of specific heats which will be multiplied with the air temperature to get the final temperature of the evacuated bottle. This is the thumb rule, this comes. But it is true when we deal with an ideal gas and the bottle is evacuated, but if the bottle is not evacuated, then you will have to take care of MI and you will have to find out the MF also, and then you can find out the value of UF. That means the second case, the bottle initially contains 0.03 meter cube. This will give you the value of MI because initial pressure is given, initial temperature is given. How can you find out MI? Because you know PV is equal to M at T, I have already told. So, Pi Vi is M. When we will be dealing with air, we always put as 287 into T. This is joule per kg, joule per kg K. So, that these things have to be in consistent unit, Newton per meter square, meter cube per kg and Kelvin, and this is kg. Alright. This is meter cube, not meter cube per kg, this is meter cube, this is kg. Now, from this we can find out the value of MI. Well, and you can apply these equations to find out the TF. This I am giving you as an exercise with the answer for TF. What is the answer for TF? In that case, what is the problem? If the bottle initially temperature, I am giving you the answer for this, just wait for some time. I will be giving you the answer for this, you write, you do it. Please 1 minute, let me see the answer for it, whether I do have or not. Just wait. This is exercise for you, so I must give you the answer for it. Well, just wait, just wait. Okay, you do it, I will tell you in the next class the answer for it, you do it, this is your home exercise. Somewhere it is misplaced, I will tell you the answer in the next class, okay? Please.
Sir, in this case, sir, the volume is remaining constant.
Which one? Yes, the volume will remain constant. Volume will remain constant. Alright? These simple algebraic manipulations. Then I will come to problem number 4. Time is up. What is the time? Okay. Do you have a class now? Lunch. Okay. Just wait because they have some time for them. So wait. Problem 4. An airline at 300 K and air line at 300 K and 0.5 megapascal as shown is connected to a turbine. This is the air line, this is connected to a turbine, sorry, this one is the turbine, that exhausts to a closed initially empty tank. Almost the similar problem, but we ask a different quantity. Closed initially empty tank of 50 meter cube. The turbine operates to a tank pressure of 0.5 megapascals. Now, what happens, this air line is at 0.5 megapascals, that means here the pressure is 0.5 megapascals, and the turbine operates to a tank, that means the turbine operates till the tank pressure is 0.5 megapascals, that means the tank pressure is 0.5 megapascal. Same thing, at which point the temperature is 250 K, that means the temperature of the tank becomes 250 K, that means this is the point when the process terminates automatically, the same thing. Assuming the entire process to be adiabatic, that means both the turbines and the tank along with the pipelines are adiabatic, everything is adiabatic. Determine the turbine work. You have to find out what is the turbine work. Tell me which one you will consider as a control volume, please, any one of you.
So the turbine.
Only turbine. Turbine and tank together, very good. Turbine and tank together, very good. So, turbine and tank together. You take turbine and tank together. And what will be the equation? Please tell me. What will be the equation? Then in that case also there is an inflow only. That is the inflow. Now, what is the, it is a definite process over a finite time, similar, that means the mass of air which has come into the enthalpy of air, that is the mass coming in, energy coming in, minus the work done W, control volume, will be equal to what? The similar thing MF UF minus Mi Ui, because this is nothing but the change in internal energy of the control volume. You look back to your steady flow energy equations, integrate it with respect to dt, then you get these values, that finite quantity of mass times the specific stored energy, finite quantity of work, finite quantity of heat, and the change in the internal energy. That means it is written over a finite time period for a definite quantity of matter for a given process, not in the rate basis. So, therefore, here also you can write this, that means if I again draw the picture, this is the turbine quickly, this is the tank, well, this is the tank, that means I am considering this as the control volume, sorry, this as the control volume, control volume. Now, here one point very important. Now, this is the energy entering to control volume, there is no exit to the control volume. This is the work done by the control volume, that means this is this minus this must be equal to the increase in internal energy of the control volume. But turbine part of the control volume does not undergo any change in the internal energy, because it is a steady state device. So, within the turbine things are steady, the mass which is coming in is going out, the energy which is coming in and going out is, that means energy which is coming in equal to going out in the form of work and in the form of energy going to with this mass which is coming to this tank. So, therefore, as far as turbine part is considered, there is no change in the internal energy. So, internal energy is changing only in the tank part which is in unsteady mode. So, therefore, if we consider this as a control volume, the change in the internal energy is contributed only by the tank. Well, so this is the only key point of this problem, so that you can write this, any query you can ask me which will give you the W. Now, what is the value in this case? This is an evacuated bottle, or the tank is empty. Well, so therefore, this is 0. So, you can find out MF, and this MF will be equal to MA, because there was no mass. So, final mass is the mass which has come during that interval of time. through the control volume, that means the entire system, control volume system. So, MF is equal to MA. So, you can find out MF, here MF does not cancel out because work is there. Otherwise, we have to find out the work per unit mass, that is all right, but here MF you can find out because the final temperature and pressure of the tank is given and volume of the tank is also given or not, 50 meter cube. That means you can find out the mass by the same formula for the air, PV is equal to m into RT. So that you know the mass, you know the internal energy at the final point because final temperature is given. When the mass pressure reaches 0.5 megapascals, temperature is 250 K. We utilize this equation. So, you know UF and HA we can find out by using this equation where T plus 273, this is given 300 K, that means T plus 273 is already given in that form 300 K, and we can find out the value of this. So, finally, work comes out to be 42.51 megajoule. You do it and you will see this is the work. Final work done by the turbine is 42.51 megajoule. Okay. All right. So, these are the 4 problems where you can have an idea how these concepts of first law applied to closed systems and open systems are utilized. Well, any query? This is the lunch time, I think there will be no query. Problems are simple. Okay then, thank you.